Scores, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted with my buddy over there, internet sensation, movie star, world traveler today, Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. How's it going, Jeff?
How's it going, guys? You have the background of
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas with the Cromwell back behind the Bellagio. Hopefully the fountains will come on. You guys be able to catch the fountain show at the Bellagio.
Isn't the Bellagio the one that's getting torn down? No, it's the Mirage.
The Mirages, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep. So you had a show this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Down there in SoCal, San Bernardino to be specific. And, man, not only was the weather hot, temperatures were hot, but the scores were as well. So you guys see the results.
Yeah, so tell us about some of those
we had
results.
A 170.
A 170 in what? What class was that?
Carlos Herrera in freestyle.
Oh, in freestyle, 170 in freestyle.
Yeah, 170.1. It was his first 170.
Very nice. Let me see here. Let's see if I can't jump into comments. Well, we initially had him set up to be on the show tonight, but that didn't work out. We got Travis Hostetter in there. We got Mario Perella. We got Travis Hostetter, Cami Cha, Mario Anthony. We have SQ Sounds checking in from Barbados saying, Jeffrey, remember whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
not for this next hour. You're going to see it live.
Yeah. Oh, hey, all the information on YouTube is correct also. We got Travis. Oops, there we go. Yeah, so all the information is correct on YouTube. Awesome. So I don't have to correct all this stuff. That's a good thing. All right. So before we get, so we had a 3X. What about some world records, Jeffrey? I heard we had at least one from you.
Yeah. I keep in and out here. I'm like,
yeah.
The light here.
Yep, the outside light blinds you. We had to have our guest move slightly over, and because he had the same issue as you.
Oh, okay. Here we go. It looks okay.
Yeah, that looks fine right there.
All right. So yeah, the same person, Carlos Herrera. Goes by the team name CJ Lithium. He had competed in the Cyclone Demo Extreme class. And we had him down, I believe it was a total score of 217.5. And you know how we do Cyclone numbers. Essentially, it's your SPL, and then you add bonus points depending on what your frequency was.
Yep.
So I believe... I wrote this down here too.
155.5 at 20 hertz.
At 20 hertz. At 20 hertz. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. We got a Northern Cal guy kind of shooting for to destroy Demo Cyclone. He's been building his Hearst now for a couple of years. So.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's got a Hearst that he's building for that purpose. Hey, Tristan, just want to say we got Tiffany in the chat over here. You got to watch what you say about Vegas. She won't let you leave the house.
Well, she's here with me, so.
Oh, your wife? Oh, that's right, because she came and helped you judge the show, I heard.
Yeah, and first time ever having we brought our puppies with us. So this is like it's a pet stay suite at the Flamingo. which is my first time bringing puppies with us. So,
So did you end up driving then?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say
The
flying the
road trip
puppies is
from
tough.
Texas to California took about a little bit under 24 hours, just driving nonstop, and as soon as I got down to SoCal, I had to travel another hour and a half to pick up Andy at LAX, and and there was that horrible LA traffic we hit coming back, so it took about 2.5 hours
Yep.
to get back. So
And you
man,
don't miss that at all, huh?
no, not at all, not at all.
So, okay, so I'm going to introduce our guest here.
Cool.
Our guest is Stefan. Oh, I don't have the name right. Let me correct that real quick. Our guest is Stefan and Talbot and PJ. I didn't catch his name yet. So Stefan and enter PJ. There we go.
What's
Done.
happening?
Anyway, so this is Stefan and PJ.
Hey,
They
What's going on, everyone?
Stefan used to be on Team Send It just like everybody else, and he actually left Team Send It, and he now has his own stereo shop. He left on good terms and all that, so it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not that it was it was a diversive, wasn't a problem that he left. It just, he separated from them to start his own shop and get some stuff going.
in this industry, man, you can't burn any bridges. If you do,
It's a
it's
small.
not gonna really work out for you. So you just got to be cool with everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely.
All right.
Appreciate all. I appreciate it all. The
Oh,
Team
yeah.
Senate, was basically my first team I ever actually been on.
And he was the secretary. He was
Oh,
he was
We
Dave's
gotta move up.
secretary.
We gotta move up somewhere. Everybody start off as secretary.
Is he taking notes and the meeting times and all that, reading them off?
Man, I was doing what I could,
Yeah.
But basically it was just like I said, it was a great start. Coming back after being away from car audio for so many years, being from starting in the late 80s all into the mid 90s when I really got deep into it, and then technology started changing, started having a family, so I kind of took a little break, and then I got the fever again, and I'm back at it.
Yep. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your your history, your shop, all that kind of stuff.
Well, like I kind of was saying, I kind of got hooked.
Real quick, Tristan's gonna ask and want to know, what did you start with? Wants to know if that was Radio Shack. So,
I think everyone started off with the little realistic EQ with the push button.
no way.
that's right.
With the Craco
EQ
2
booster.
jet.
That's right, with an EQ booster, baby.
Yeah. I would say my first major nice system was when Good Guy was still around at the time. I think I bought my first Punch 150 and at the Orion XTR when they first came out. And that's when Punch 150 was like $500-$600,
Yeah, I paid $750 for my Punch 150.
Yeah, that was crazy, and before I knew about voltage regulators and Ohm's law and everything, of course I was blowing everything up.
Yep.
But over time, it progressed, and now, I just took it to another level where now I got into buying and selling a lot, and just now I say, hey, it's time, settle down to maybe get a shop. I have my partner here, PJ. He kind of had it already going on, and he brought me in as a partner. He needed, a little extra boost on the background. I network a lot, and by me being a competitor a lot in the bass community, it was like I knew quite a few people, and I tried to build a nice little reputation with everybody, and I tried to do good business, and so far it's been pretty good. I've been, I say, semi-successful with a lot of things, and here we are, just trying to get everybody happy. We're more geared towards the more low budget, or I should say more budget friendly people right now. But yeah, we're working on, bigger things, bigger dreams. We're still got a lot more to go.
Okay. So you actually competed last year at World Finals.
Correct.
Did you compete the year before also?
I came in late. I came in midway.
Okay.
I managed to didn't get. I don't think I got quite enough points, but I started getting my feet wet. I wound up getting a real big build kind of done I was getting a build done in the middle of the season, so it kind of put me back. So I started off with like everybody else, I wanted the Tahoe, Yukon, wanted something big and loud, and try to go with the biggest subs, and came back and seen what it was like. And I said, okay, I see, okay. It was a little different from when I was going 150 back in the day. Was like the top thing. I'm like, we got 150 back then. It was like, man, you was the man.
Right.
So when I came back in, I seen how everybody was doing with these little cars and louder than me. I was like, wait a minute, something's different.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. So I did a little bit more homework again, getting back into it. But ever since then, I've been in it. I kind of was trying to get this season going, but when I got the opportunity to get the shop going, it kind of put this season for me on hold a little bit while I get it going. But I'll be ready for next season. Hopefully, get it going.
So how did you place? How did you do last year at World Finals?
Well, I want to say last year.
Hey, the sandwich maker made it in. Just saying. hey, Julio's in there. Shoot, we're starting. If we get all the Team Send It guys watching here, we'll be up to like 130 viewers pretty soon.
It'll be viral.
That's right, we'll be viral just from Team Send It.
My shop don't close till 7 o'clock. I guess I'm still. We're still open. Business.
That's right.
But last year, I don't think I placed. I think I want to say third, and I don't know what class. I think it was. I want to say. I want to say the 29. I want to say base race. I'm not too sure. Okay. But the thing is, the main thing was that I had fun. The fact that I even made it there, just
supporting,
it was awesome. Supporting, it was
being
great.
Part of your team there.
Correct. Everybody, the team as an effort, I should say, we won big. I might not have placed where I wanted to place at that time, but as a whole, as a team, we placed real good. I think that was the biggest thing I got out of it. I was happy for everybody. Even though I may be doing my own thing now, but that was one of the best. It's like the best leaving, thing for that. If you're gonna go out, at least go out like with a bang.
Right.
So I enjoyed it.
My first World Finals, dude, I took 13th place. So that just gave me motivation. So
13 out of 15, right?
I think 13 out of 15 people.
Yep.
So hey,
right,
motivate you and push you to drive to to do your best, and hey, more power to you. So
right. Yeah, my concentration wasn't as I saw being chasing numbers, trying to be loud. Didn't know if I was more of a demo guy. I was still finding my way through it all, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, coming back to it, I bought many cars, I tried many different builds, but I just took, like I said, I was trying to catch up. And I think now I'm more in depth of doing it myself, educating myself more and studying the way of using math and all the different things that coincide with getting my own bills done. And that's what I've been doing now. It's just trying to concentrate and get my own stuff, getting my own speaker line, own amp line. Like I said, I'm trying different things, just trying and see where it goes. Hopefully it'll take the company and hopefully the whole community, and those who want to do business with us will see that, we here for y'all. That's what it's all about.
Yep. So Bradshaw says that we're all just haters, and Stefan, why don't you let PJ in the video?
Oh, oh, the Mike Tyson lookalike guy. Oh, okay.
I tried to tell him to do the interview by himself. I'm more of a behind the guy type of. I don't know what to say. I'd rather just put my head down and go to work. He's like, you got to at least come on and say hi. I'm like, all right.
No, that's good. So, you have this new shop. We were talking. You actually texted me the other day or whatever, talking about possibly doing a show there to kind of do a grand opening for your shop. Where I need to talk to your landlord, I guess. Still, is there a time frame you're kind of looking and want to do that, or?
Yeah, I was thinking I'll get into the property manager and see if she can definitely get a hold of the landlord, and then if I think I shot your information, but
you did.
My goal is to maybe within the next week or so, maybe to the second week. It also depends on where you guys got scheduled to. On that's where. So I know just getting a lot of finals are coming, a lot of 3X's and 2X's and stuff coming up. So
yep.
But maybe we can fit something in there. I'll get with you and schedule something and see what we can do.
Yeah. So I mean, like my schedule this weekend. So we had to move our show. We moved our show. It wasn't for any nefarious reasons, but we were also scheduled on the 9th. Jeffrey had a 3X down in SoCal on the 9th. I believe there was a 2X in Fresno. Right? Wasn't that what was going on, Jeffrey, by a USAC or something, or IASCA or something?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there was another event in Fresno. And my daughter came and visited, and she had a bridal shower here. So we had 20 of her friends come to our house and have a party on Saturday. So my wife said I'm not allowed to do a car show when my daughter's doing a bridal shower. So I had to move mine to next weekend. So check this out. This is my schedule next weekend. I got a meeting at work at 10 a.m. As soon as that meeting's over, I got to drive to Reno. I got to bowl 6 games in Reno Friday night after work. Then, first thing in the morning at 8 a.m., I got to get up and bowl 3 games in Reno, and then I have to hustle my butt and get out to Sacramento for the show at Lunsford on Saturday night. So we could wrap up about midnight-ish or whatever. Then I got to be back in Reno 8 a.m. again to bowl 9 games on Sunday.
Oh,
wow.
So...
okay. Well, I thought I was busy. I got nothing compared to that, brother.
and not only that, so like this weekend, I had to drive up to Reno to pick up my in-laws. Holy crap! I spent 20 hours in the car this weekend between Saturday and Sunday night. Saturday morning, Sunday night.
You might as well be doing some commercial driving, man.
You driving.
Well, that's just how it rolls. My wife says, "Go do this," and automatically. Boom, that's my job.
I think mine says the same thing too.
All of them. All of them.
But like I said, I enjoy what you're doing. Like I said, my first real show was back in 2006, and you came to one of a shop that I was also kind of like invested in way back in the day. It's called Modified Performance.
Oh yeah, and I got that shirt still.
Yeah, that was us. That was me back then.
Okay.
With Zephyr and the owners, and his brother Sakip and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I remember we did the van, and Steve Mead was there, and yeah, man, that was great. That was like my first real show that I got to experience. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
That's when you caught the bug, right?
Yeah, that's when I caught the real bug, and it was like I think out of 2007, 2008. After that, it was like dried up, family life,
Yeah, family over.
So for me, the reason I remember that Modified Performance show is we had to use the old TermLab USBs, and you used to plug them into wall outlets. Well, you guys had ancient. I think you guys still had aluminum wiring in your walls. with the little glass fuses or something. And the power was so dirty that I actually, the USB term labs where you switch from the power outlet to where you
Yeah.
connected it to the USB just came out, and I had to switch to that in the middle of the show because the power was so dirty I couldn't get accurate readings.
Yeah, well, you know how it is back then. You know where I'm from. That the hood, we ain't got no power. You know, we
No,
probably
hell
borrowed that
no.
power. We probably borrowed that power.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was on your building.
Oh man, those are good old days, man. But yeah, that I think that time, I still remember a few times that I competed, and back then you made us wear the things on our
The
head, the little
headphones. Yep.
headphones and all the stuff. And I remember those days, man. A few things changed, a few of the rules and things changed since then. But now that I'm catching up and get back into it and seeing the newbies, new faces, and and people that's been trying. I'm just hoping that they're, don't lose that, enthusiasm
Mm-hmm.
to, like I said, I want to see this thing get bigger than what, take it more than, since the pandemic and all the stuff that had happened and slowed a lot things and people, things happen. I'm just hoping that we get more, this thing, gets behind us and we can move forward and getting these oars together,
Yep. So for you personally, like I said, we are DB drag centric. Jeffrey does USAC and Mecca, right, Jeffrey? Or you just do USAC?
At some of the more recent shows, we've added on USAC, and it would actually be Andy that would come out and run the USAC side.
Okay. So with that, I mean, so we're not saying you have to say DB drag, but so you've been competing. Is there a format that you particularly like, organization, then a format within that organization that you prefer over another one, or you just,
For me, first thing I ever competed with, of course, was DB drag. So obviously that was kind of all I knew at the time, back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I didn't really know about Mecca, ISCA, and the other organizations until not in I think 2020 season.
Okay.
When I kind of learned a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't compete. I didn't compete into those classes until the end of last season.
Okay.
I did a couple just to get my feet wet, just enough. And then and I think it was pretty good. I would say in DB drag, I think will be I love the SPO, the Super Street 1-2 was where I did my biggest number.
Okay.
And I had a little Hyundai. I think I pulled a little 57.6 or something like that. Kept blowing little windshields here and there. It wasn't too loud, but those be like, it might have been a roof issue or something.
Right.
But I got, like I said, once I was able to get the different classification, knew what I was trying to do, I just kept flipping. I just seen everybody else doing everything. I said, okay, I want 1-2. Oh, I want Super Street X. Oh, I want to try this. And then by the time I got to the point where, okay, the cost efficiency, the cost to get these bills to do certain classifications, it put me straight. I say that it put me into a point where, okay, maybe base racing's not too bad now, and I'll try that. Cyclone, I haven't really gotten to that just yet. But major right now, my favorite I want to say is Super Street 1, 2, 3, and 4, and X. And then the Mecca is not too bad. I haven't done too much the Mecca. I think I did one time, but ISCA I've done a few. The base boxing and a few other things. But so far my thing is SPL. I just want to get. I like the loud. Get loud.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of the base boxing. I think it's a really good format. They can't do it head-to-head because DB Drag has the rights to head-to-head stereo competition. So you won't see a head-to-head base boxing. But if that was something that could be added as a head-to-head, that would be a phenomenal class.
Yes.
It is very cool what it is. No doubt about it. It's definitely got its place, and it is awesome. But
Yeah.
needless to say, that of outside of DB drag, that is by far my favorite format is base boxing. For
Yeah.
sure.
That was fun. That base boxing was fun, and IDBL, whatever. That one,
Mhm.
anything dealing with SBL, sealed on the glass. I did pretty good in the kick on my Hyundai. I think I did a 60.5 was my loudest. Wasn't on any type of org that I did. It was just self testing on the Term Lab, and I did like I think the loudest was 60.5 in the kick on that one, and I think 57 or 58 on the glass. But once I started understanding a little bit about uh, cabin pressure and gains, and started
Right.
figuring out those type of things, that it changed my perspective, especially watching the big guys, the OGs, and those that are doing it right now. And
Mhm.
uh, like I said, you're never too old to learn new things, and
Yep.
um, and that's where we're at right now. We're just trying to focus on getting where we're able to establish ourselves, where people say, you know what, not these guys are, not too bad. They doing their thing, and we're just trying to find a way to give to the community as well. I got a lot of love for the base community, man. I hope
Yep.
everybody know that.
Oh yeah, no. And Bradshaw just mentioned that they do the head-to-head. He's seen it. He was there. People may do it, Dave, but if Wayne Harris gets wind of it, he will send them a legal document saying cease and desist. Um, Base boxing is not a head-to-head format, just so you are aware. Um, a lot of organizations tried to add the head-to-head stuff, and Wayne pretty much put an end to that fairly quickly. So that's his niche, and he paid for the rights for it, and that's how it is.
I respect. Right.
You know, uh, anyway, so yeah, so you were in the hospital sick. We were talking about you on the podcast here a couple of times. Mentioned shout out to you. Hey, hope you get better. Looks
Yeah.
like you recovered.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm in better spirits.
Uh huh.
Uh, I'm doing, they got me a lot of medications and different things. I'm just taking one day at a time. I'm still have a little residue from that thing. I still have my breathing is not the best like it used to be. Like I said, but it definitely woke me up. It made me think about where my family is and their health, and hey, maybe we should try this, maybe change the way they eat and all this stuff, but you can't really tell right now. But, well, I'm trying on the eating thing, but I got like I said, a lot of family, a lot of friends that try to, encourage me to, do better on that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who reached out to me. And during that time, I was scared. Family was scared. I thought it was over. I thought I was done for. I walked around. I was still happy. I couldn't leave though. I was still competing with the oxygen. I brought my people looking at me weird with my tank. Hey,
Yeah.
man.
He was out there with the oxygen tank at the show.
Yeah, that's
I was
dedication.
coming. You couldn't keep me down, man. I was coming.
Yeah. No, that's good. I will say, so my favorite format that we do is definitely Beat the Boss. So,
Hey,
it's my opportunity to play, right?
And it was funny because you actually whooped I think you whooped Julio in mine. Got in mine, and I think you beat him in my car. That was kind of cool.
I beat everybody. Nah.
I love Julio though.
Nah,
Good shout out.
Julio's out here watching. I saw him in the chat. Him and Dave. Saw Janet in there. There's Janet right there saying. Janet says God ain't ready for you yet, which is a good thing, right? Because the opportunity for us to have a little more of your time.
Yeah.
So tell us. So you're trying to start an amp, and Dave Bradshaw says, "Excuse me." What? Why does he say excuse? What, did he fart or something?
Uh,
No.
oh man.
So tell us about your amp line, your subs, or where are you at with that? You still in development? What are you trying? What's your goals with it? Where are you going with that stuff?
So I have some things right now that I'm still prototyping with. I'm still messing around trying to figure it out.
Mhm.
I do have a few items that I do have now for pre-order. Pretty much, they're I didn't do a lot of R&D right now for any of that stuff, but it was good product for what it was worth, and I figured, those who want a good bang for their buck, it was something to add to the rest that's out there now. I mean, I noticed that quite a few other companies are starting to do their little own branding. A lot of shops.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if it's infringement if I say their names online or not. I'm not sure if mentioning their names, but I've noticed that some people are coming out with their own thing. But our goal right now is to start low, like start basic, and then
Mhm.
hopefully get enough R&D involved to the point where we can develop something that will be good for the big competitors, the SPO guys,
Uh huh.
those who are looking for something that's maybe for into the reconing thing too, because
Like Jeff Vu and stuff.
yeah. So eventually, hopefully, that will come into play as well. Right now, everything's just budget friendly, just something to get people by, something not too expensive. But we're working towards that. That's our main goal. The amps, we got a couple of different amps from different more cookie cutter type thing, where it's kind of they're already in development, things that's already manufactured. We just borrowing the heat sink and throwing the
Right.
same board, but putting our names on them and stuff. And
Mhm.
but we're pricing them enough where people can still get them. So we got two different half bridge and full bridge amplifier lines that we're working with right now.
Are you
Okay.
guys catering to like a specific consumer, like SPL driven or SQ driven? I guess consumers or
Or just the consumers that come into your shop, or is that where are you trying to aim with this?
I would say um, a little bit of both. I think
Mhm.
people that like come in the shop, everybody know, like I said, everybody kind of know about kickers, and they know the Pioneer, like the normal things, the
Uh huh.
normal gear out there. Um, a lot of people on the local side that I know of, which I love, like the Jeff Foos and you got your Sundowns, and then you got your DC. So in my mind, I'm
PTX.
thinking.
Yeah.
So in my yeah, MT. So I'm thinking of these brands. I'm thinking the ones that everybody that really go. Okay, this is it. Some people are just. I'm not messing with nobody else. This is it. This is all I want. They
Right.
won't go to no other. I don't care. You can't tell them nothing.
Mhm.
So
That
in my
brand
eyes,
loyalty.
they're gonna get what they want. So I say, you know what? What if I have this and you won't be just stuck with the same one, and then I can give you a good deal, and I'm local, and you can come and stay in time, and then you can meet face to face with the guy with the people that's giving it to you, that's
Mhm.
servicing and installing for you. It's like it's like that face to face thing.
Yep.
When I was on Orion, I don't know the owner of Orion, I don't know the owner of Falls Gate, and I don't talk to these people, but I realized the hard work that's going to take. And like I said, we still got a little ways to go. But right now, like I said, eventually we'll get to the SQL, sound quality type thing.
Mhm.
And like I said, we're geared towards like SPL soon. Like I
Mhm.
said, I'm looking to Neos and all kinds of things. But like I said, the R&D thing is that research and the development thing is going to be the biggest aspect when I get to those
Okay.
guys,
Yeah.
because them guys do their homework. These boys look at myself,
Oh
oh
yeah.
man, what is this? this thing, oh man, this FS is man, that's garbage.
it, it,
These guys, they really look at their stuff, their gear, they take pride in it, you know what I'm saying? Which I respect that. And what gives us I'm trying to separate us from the other shops is that when people come to our shop, we educate the people at the same time. We don't just sell you anything. Like we really tell you why you need this upgraded alternator, why you need a big 3, big 4, why you need 4 gauge, why you need odd gauge. You know, we don't just sell you the stuff and just tell you that's what you
Come
need.
back 4 hours
You know,
later.
why
Right.
why your amp keeps cutting off and this and that. You know, we're more into the education thing now. We don't just sell anything anymore.
Right.
That was a big thing for me when I was growing up buying car audio. Back then, the shops just sold you stuff. They
Right.
really didn't trip off you. Hey, you need this, blah blah blah.
Now you got
You know,
$2,000.
Yeah, how
you
much you
know.
got? I'll make sure that's how much your system costs.
You know, now it's more of a, I get guys coming here and be like, man, why I need the alternator?
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
what's that?
Yep. It looks like Billy popped into the chat, aka Mac Vic. We got Jose Ramos popping in. Brandy. Dave Bradshaw says your subs are beast. So apparently you got some prototypes out there. And
man.
Dave says Dave's Bradshaw says I will be running his amps and subs soon. Are those going into Kong or what? What's going on with that, or is that going in his red car, or where do you guys gonna put that in what?
Well, I spoke to him a little bit about his the Kong. I think his Tahoe. I think he wants to still stick to the 15s, but I know he was thinking about. I don't want to put too much out there because I really don't know if he's still trying to do the a wall thing yet.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess I don't know if I just blew it, but I don't know. But I know that if anyone is gearing towards that level of equipment, like we'll be ready to get them going. But yeah, I'm in talks with a few members that
Yeah,
that
they
want
would be the
something
best
done.
guys, do that R&D for you. So
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I got a couple of guys out there right now that's running an amplifier. I do have Steve Font, also a member of Team Center. He got a whole Eminent Audio. That's the name of our product line. He's running our subs, our amps, and everything right now. He just did a demo rig for us, so he's gonna be really out there helping us out, pushing the product.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Jeffrey can tell you, the demo and the sub, or not demo, sorry, the R&D and building subs. I mean, he Jeffrey does that all the time. He goes live doing that stuff.
Right.
I
So-
mean, a
Right.
lot of companies could only do so much, with a lot, and some of it is really good, but it's nothing compared to like real world applications.
Right.
You want an SPL woofer, hey, you're gonna have to put it in an SPL box and put in an SPL vehicle to kind of see where you want to go with
Correct.
that. You can. It's hard to duplicate. I mean, for these companies, duplicate it in the lab because it's not real
Lab.
world. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like the amp dyno. I love amp dynos. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But let me
Right.
tell you, man, when you got a resistive load and non-resistive load, you're dealing with the real world thing. It's a lot different. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. You got impeding rise, box rise. Everybody got their own way of saying it. But you're trying to compete. You're trying to, gain and trying to do what you need to do with your enclosure. But like there's physics involved. There's things that you can't control it. It's
Right.
whatever's going to happen. We're trying to beat those odds, and those that really study and spend time testing and tuning. I mean, people got Bible. I would consider a Bible of notes. The Holy Grail of testing and tuning.
Mhm.
I have a lot of respect for the guys that really take Steve Willis. I think that's I
he's a
really
good
respect
example.
that guy. I got a chance to meet him personally and watch him work. He even showed me a few things, how to get my cabin, figure out frequency and resonant frequency in my cabin, all that different things like that. Things I didn't even know I was doing. Like it changed my whole outlook.
Yep.
Getting the right vehicle, right foundation things. That's what I learned from Jeff Vu. He told me, educated me on, hey man, it ain't just about this, that you need the right foundation. You need to, and the type of material you're going to use, different things resonate different. Wood, metal,
Mhm.
steel, everything has a different resonance, same frequency. there's a lot to this, man.
There
Jose
is.
Ramos, another guy. Man, there's too many people out there right now that's just showing the game, and some of them are even younger than me that just blow me out the way, just blow me away, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so people don't understand this, but like you're running the 1,000 watt or the 2,000 watt class, just by adjusting your seat, you can gain 20% on your power. And it's
Correct.
all about the loading of the driver onto, Jeffrey, I'm sure he tested back in the days with loading walls. That was one thing we tried. I actually built a no wall version of like a mini truck, right? So essentially, I put subs facing up and then built a cab over it and then made it like a mini truck. So I did some testing of that in no wall form. And little things like moving seats and whatnot was changing the impedance on those drivers so much. Even with an additional loading wall, it still changed the impedance
Right.
that the drivers see and the amplifiers see, and that can change it.
Mhm.
SQ Sounds here, obviously, you know them. They're Barbados. They have a shop of their own. It's called SQ Sounds. He says, yeah, they have people that sell customers things they don't need. That's one thing. Like people selling 8,000 watt amps and leaving the customer with a stock alternator. You know.
Yeah, nah.
I don't do it. I refuse to do it. It's not only not helpful. It's like, where is the point of selling someone where it's gonna not only they're gonna screw their electrical up, it's gonna mess the vehicle up eventually. The amp's that's probably gonna be first one to go because it's not gonna get enough current, and then it's gonna pop. You're gonna be like, man, my fuses keep blowing. What the heck is going on?
Yep.
You know, and I just can't do it. If you're not gonna listen or get your electrical up, that's the first thing I ever do when I do any type of system is I always start with my electrical, because that's going to determine what amplifiers, what type of, gear that you're going to need. If I know I'm only going to be able to put one single 320 amp alternator in my car, I can only one run of arc gauge, so I'm stuck with what 250 to 400 amps of current maximum. So that's
Who
going to
let
determine
him in your shop?
So for me, I said, okay, well, hey, with Rise, I said, I'm not going to put no more than 9,000 watts because so that 320, 400 amps, that's all I'm going to draw. That's all I'm going to get maximum. Probably won't get that. That's all I can put. Putting 10,000, 15,000 watt amplifier is not going to do me justice.
Yep, that's accurate. Jeffrey, I'm sure you could speak a little bit to that. I mean, you were running, what, 6 8Ks at one time or something like that, or 8Ks?
Well, it was essentially, they were billed as 10Ks. It was the old Soundstream 10Ks. But it was more like 8,000 watts. But yeah, man, it's you like it's a good thing that you were competing, you experienced this, you know what it takes to say, hey, you're gonna run an 8K on electrical. It's it's not possible. It's not gonna happen. And then you end up blowing stuff, and you come back to us, and hey, hey, we want your business, but we'd rather set you straight than have you find out the hard way.
Yeah.
I'd rather you be a happy customer and want to come back, and instead of being disappointed and get discouraged and don't want to do nothing with the music no more. I'd rather excite you and make you want to come back for some more product than take your couple dollars and you be pissed off and give it up, rip it out, and be done with this industry.
Yeah. So back when Jeffrey was competing, the issue was the alternators were part of an issue, but the thing was everybody was using lead acid batteries, so there's no way, or gel cells, right? It was either golf cart batteries or gel cells, and so you would have to have 5, 6 alternators to run the kind of power Jeffrey was doing. So they essentially didn't use alternators. The big deal was they would just have battery chargers, and they would have the baddest ass battery chargers you guys ever seen. It ain't no joke. Those things would be 3 foot tall, 24 inches wide, 16 inches deep. And hey, where do we got power, right? I mean,
Exact. First thing we would do is when we pull up to a show is, where can I plug in?
Yep.
So, or start charging. But hey, nowadays these guys got it down to a science, and it's like they're running lithium and so man, yeah, you're right. You just got to do your homework.
Yeah, I remember the days of running a shitload of batteries. I mean, man, I'm about batteries. I'm talking taking the caps off, pouring water and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm topping off, topping your batteries all off, and and here we go. Yeah, those are crazy days. I remember, man, everything off. The biggest power wire I think back in the time was like I think it was like 10 or 12 gauge power wire. Like your amp was
for
like
what?
that was like the big stuff. That was considered
when?
big power. My Punch 150, I think it had like it was a little speaker wire. Now you can use that for speaker wire, but they was using that for power.
Yeah.
And then I remember when it started going up, the eight gauge, and that was like the biggest thing. And 1,000 watts, you had 1,000 watts. Oh man, you was the shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, now look at, like you said, the charging systems, the way we manipulated lithium that they're using the car applications, and yeah, man, it's phenomenal, man.
No, for me, when I started, I think Jeffrey did too. We were using welding wire just because car audio hadn't got to the 1/0 system yet. So you can go to a welding supply store, get 1/0 and 2/0 wire, and it was pretty flexible. It wasn't super flexible.
He said pretty flexible.
Yeah. So it was pretty flexible. But yeah, so
what we needed back then, I guess.
yeah. So I ran in the 500 watt class back in the day, right? And or it was either 1,000 or 500. It was Street A or something like that. It was 212s, and max power was 500 watts. So for me, I ran. I think I had 8 runs of 1/0 for power and and ground. I had 8 runs of each for the 500 watt class, and I will tell you,
that's a little overkill.
No, it wasn't. I got louder. I got louder every time I added a run.
Okay.
So
hey man, where's some things running across each wire, man? I'm just damn. He said 8 runs.
8 runs of 1/0 for a 500 watt system.
Got it up there, huh?
No fuses.
Hey, I know about that.
Yep.
Oh,
So we got Julio standing behind you, and he's also in the chat.
on the podcast.
Man.
I guess I got as a guest within the guest.
That's right. We got Julio there. He actually put a run at. Didn't you make a run at one of the Cyclone Scores at the last show, Julio? At the last 3X?
I did almost a 52 at 20 hertz.
There you go. For wall class, for demo wall. Yeah. And then Jose showed up and just kind of destroyed his streams.
And pretty much put me out of first place.
So, but we do have 2 more 3Xs coming up. Oh yeah, SQ Sound says 8 gauge is subwire nowadays, bro.
Yeah,
you got that right. I'm using 4 gauge on mine. So.
I know. Jeffrey will tell you when we go and we got to plug in our probes and it's less than 8 gauge, we look at the competitor and go, really?
Come on, man.
Come on. And just like 4 or 5 years ago, a shop wouldn't even sell that as speaker wire, and now they're starting to,
Right.
I mean, shoot, the amps 7-8 years ago didn't even have 8 gauge input. You couldn't even put 8 gauge onto one of those amps.
That's correct.
They were using spade terminals and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. Nowadays, yeah. I mean, it's funny, man. Like some of the way that the technology or the way that amps are done today for the competitor. Why is it's like I think if we talk loud enough, we do a lot. I think they get some of the manufacturers, they get the hint, they get the message. They try to accommodate as much as they can. But like I said, there's a lot more room for R&D in this stuff where we can make things a little bit more better, more efficient, you know, and those who wants to demo all day, those who just like to run, just demo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those guys, man, like I in person, I think the most I've seen alternate was 6 alternators. I think in person, I think that was the most I've seen in one of the shows. But I've noticed people that do more. But I'm just saying that's the most I've seen. And boy, I tell you, I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's impressive. Alma Gates, I think, had 4 or
Yeah.
5 on hers, and
I thought it was more than that, but she
Was
was
it?
one of the first names to come to mind when you talk about alternators. So.
yeah, she actually had them sticking out of the hood of her Bronco because she had so many in there, and she was one of the first ones that did multiple alternators on her system. And then she had the whole bottom of the vehicle set up as batteries. So she was pioneering that kind of stuff, which was really cool. I know that's probably a little bit before your time when she was coming to shows and hanging out around and whatnot. So I do have a question for you though. Any plans of going to World Finals out in Owensboro?
uh, not at the moment.
Okay.
There's a lot that we got to do to get this shop. I still got a lot more I got going on here. I don't have the time. I think the revenue that I used to get this shop going and then for the product, it kind of tapped me this year. But I think hopefully next season, I'm hoping we'll have something going where no matter what, if it's here or there, if we do a satellite thing, I don't know. I know you guys are probably still in talk, but like I said, I'm more of a DB drag guy, so I'm hoping that next season, we'll have something. You guys, will have something for us that we'll be able to be involved.
Kind of like an East Coast and West Coast or
Yeah,
satellite.
Yeah, that's
like
the satellite thing, and hopefully we do. I mean, I've made my feelings really clear out here, what I think should happen, and I think it's reasonable to request, having satellites, and then say every third year have a combined location. Ideally, in my world, I'd like to see it alternate between the East Coast and West Coast, just because I think it's fair to all the competitors. I mean, as far as shows go, on the West Coast, we get way more competitors than they get at the East Coast shows, as far as individual competitors. But when it comes to World Finals, they end up, outpacing us because there's so many states out that way that have this many competitors and that many competitors, and then they can combine. Where on the West Coast, we realistically just have northern Southern California, northern Nevada, and Idaho, really, and that's about it for DB drag, right? I don't think we have much in Utah, do we, anymore? We used to have like 1 or 2 competitors,
Right.
but I haven't seen them competing at all. So,
and nothing too. I'm a city boy, so for me, it's like, am I? I'm weird about wilderness and traveling too far through the wilderness, so I don't know. I'm kind of a homebody, but it would be a good adventure, a good time, especially having our own shop now, and if we have product. And it'd be good to reach that area of the globe, going towards the east and pushing that, and they can see what we're doing, So that might be an opportunity I'm gonna have to explore.
Speaking of which, out in Barbados, right there. Let's see. It says, sounds like he's gonna have to send you an application, and he said, Tristan says we might work well together. So that's one of his things he just posted out there.
Yeah.
He's a shop that's really into educating his constituents also. He's real. I talk to them often about trying to grow the car audio scene within the Caribbean. I forgot how they said it already. Anyway.
Caribbean.
It's Caribbean or Caribbean?
Oh, wish I could. I'm not that type of Mexican.
So what about you, Julio? You gonna head back east to the World Finals?
Yeah, I mean, there's no other thing I can do. I wanted to try to get a world record, so I gotta travel to the East Coast.
Awesome. World Championship, not a record. Because you can
Oh,
get you can get the record here coming up next week, right?
yeah. I mean, not right now.
Or not next week, but the week after. Sorry.
Right now, my system's handicapped. I'm down a sub, so yeah, probably the 3X.
You're handicapped. Hey, how dare you talk about people like that?
Oh, my bad. My system is down because certain people get in it, and I have to turn it up louder because I don't know. It's just the face they give you.
Oh yeah. Then so you may have lost an extra sub or something every once in a while.
Yep. I mean, so far I already lost 6/18. But
So I do have a question for you, Julio. Is it the same 18 that you blow every time? Like your lower left, your bottom?
yes, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a correction for that. Just saying, if you go back and listen to a couple of our podcasts, there's people that have had those issues and we're able to correct them and are willing to help people out and make those corrections. So you stop blowing those subs.
Okay, yeah. That'd be nice.
Unless he likes blowing them.
I mean, unless you like blowing them and have to recone them all the time.
It's funny because I remember selling him some subs. And now all these damn recones, it's basically them ain't even the same subs I sold them no more, basically.
Nope, they're Jeff Booz.
Yeah,
That's the problem with the Jeff Booth part. Fucking 4.0s are hard to get right now. So my blow shit, it's hard to get recones on those.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, well, hey guys, we're running up on an hour. I really want to thank Stefan, PJ, and Julio for stepping in here and filling in. We may try again next week for the world record holder, Carlos. He set a new world record for Cyclone Demo Extreme class. Jeffrey judged his car down in LA this weekend. He did a great job. So we may try to get him on. He's got some personal issues. I mean, we all understand that. And today just didn't work out for him. Stefan, PJ stepped in and said they would fill in the spot. So Stefan, tell us a little bit about where people will see you next, or where they can get a hold of you, or find you on Facebook, or where are we at?
Yeah, definitely Facebook. I think I got a little bit of Instagram. PJ definitely have Instagram. I will be loading some more of his content and some of his online as well. I'm gonna merge them together because before we hooked up, everything was still kind of separate. So I will start merging those together. Our website, I'll definitely put this eminentaudio916.com. That's our website that we have for the product line. I'm still developing it though, still putting a product on there, but that is our website. Southern Sounds 916 at gmail.com. If you guys want to reach out to us, send us some information or whatever. We're more open. But come down, see us, 2700 Florin Road, Suite 5, Sacramento 95822. We're here for you guys. Hopefully, I will be coming up to the next few shows. That's these last, because I definitely want to see some of the old guys do their thing. Hopefully, I'll have my battery for my car. I'll maybe come shoot out a couple of demos. I just got my car back. I have a few things I got to deal with it, but yeah. But next season, I'm definitely gonna be ready for you guys, though.
Okay.
For sure.
Tristan says, "Come on down to Barbados and let's play some music and drink some rum." So.
Rum.
Well, he is in the Caribbean, so they drink rum there. That's their drink.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, so Jeffrey, you want to hit him with our final question for him then, and then we'll.
Yeah. So, it's a question that we ask all of our guests, but basically we want to know what your definition of a bass head is.
My definition of a bass head: stay true to the bass, always give back to the community, teach and preserve this game, man, this aura, man. Let's all stick together, man. That's what a true bass head does, man. We stay educating, we stay learning forever for the bass. Love you guys, man.
Okay, that's unique. That's definitely one of the unique ones. Jeffrey, what you got coming up, sir?
As soon as I get back to Texas, man, I'm getting geared up for my triple point event that we got on the 16th. It's gonna be Saturday. We're gonna have it later in the evening. Well, I wouldn't say like 4 p.m. It was originally a single point event sponsored by Crossfire, but it got upgraded by Brobox, and now it's a triple point event. So hopefully we'll see some world records being set out there this weekend, and basically, make sure everybody has a chance and opportunity to get points towards finals. So that's going to be going on this weekend for me.
Cool. So how far is it to World Finals from your area?
Oh, it's still a trek. It's about 14 hours.
Okay, so it's like going from Sacramento to Phoenix-ish. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, last year we had guys from Texas make it out to Alabama, and that was about like 10 hours. So a few diehards.
Yep. Dave Bradshaw says Stefan rehearsed that reply in the mirror. He knew the question was coming. And Moses, if you didn't catch that in the chat there, he said he appreciate the sick ass weekend with you and enjoy your time in Vegas.
Hey.
I don't think Jeffrey's ever been to Vegas and didn't enjoy himself. Just saying.
It's like my home away from home. Every time I make my way out towards the West Coast, I gotta at least book some rooms in Vegas. So hey.
Yeah, but I heard you had to book this one though. It wasn't one of your typical what do you get, the comp rooms that you're used to getting.
Was a comp. This
was
a comp. Actually, I booked 2 rooms this weekend.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, Sunday I want to say, yesterday. So I got to try to keep up my Players Club points. So I booked a hotel down the road, and I booked this one here. I'm at the Flamingo right now. Caesar's Rewards. Hey, join them, and they take really good care of me. So
that's good. And for me, this coming weekend, like I already mentioned, we'll be at Lunsford Customs on Saturday night, 6 p.m. again, doing the night show because in California right now it's hot as hell, as Jeffrey can tell you. It was 108 today in Sac or something like that. Dude, it was just hot.
Man, it's just hot. That's it.
It was hot.
Anything over 80 degrees for me is hot. I don't care what y'all.
Got extra insulation like me. So it was definitely, so we do the afternoon shows. I'll be at Lunsford Customs. Then the following weekend, I'll be in Reno doing the 3X. And then the weekend after that, I believe, is Jay's Alarms again. And then our final Jay's Alarms, once again, for people that don't know, we're giving away $5 a DB for the death match, along with Moses Martinez upgraded that thing to a 3X again. So it'll be a Friday night show that's going to be a 3X down in Fresno, giving away $5 per DB for the death match. So that'll be at Jay's Alarms September 3rd or 1st or something like that. So whatever the first Friday is in September, that's when we'll be out there. So that's what we got going on. Once again, guys, I'd like to thank PJ, Julio, Stefan for stepping in. Jeffrey, driving cross country, took a minute, stepped aside, and called in and participated with us. Appreciate you, Jeff. Like if you guys need a show and Jeffrey's willing to travel, obviously. I mean, he's in Vegas now. He was in LA area just yesterday, or Saturday doing a show.
I'd love to do a Vegas show, but I kind of really don't like mixing business and pleasure. So I don't know if that'll work out. But hey, I'm in Vegas. If you guys need a show, hey, call me up.
That's right. So Moses sponsored the 3X down in whatever.
Yes, I can't stress enough. How thankful I am for Moses to upgrade the event. He's a central. He kind of corrected me when I would call him a NorCal guy, but he's actually a Central Cal guy. Yep. He's up there in Fresno. you know, he didn't have to come down to SoCal and upgrade the event, and
Yep.
he came down, one of the big supporters. You know, big thanks going out to Moses and him and Rosita. You know, came down too, and
Yep.
you know,
Their party.
Shout out
Their
to Moses.
yes, yes,
Buddy.
yes.
No,
Yes.
I mean, they even had a show in Fresno on that same day,
Yeah,
and he
that's
drove
what
down to
he
you,
was
right?
telling me. He was telling me, he was like, you know, they're doing a show. Oh, I think it was the same day, right?
It
Or-
was the same
or
day,
the
yes,
same-
sir.
the same- Yeah,
You
so
know,
man.
Remember that explanation I said about True said when you guys asked me?
Uh-huh.
That's who I'm talking. That's the kind of guy I'm talking about.
Yes, I
That's
agree.
the basshead. I mean, that's what I strive to be.
So, like I said, Moses upgraded the Reno show to a 3X.
Cool.
And the reason he did that is he wants to bring the California guys. Hey, come over the hill. He made it a 3X. Inviting
That's
you
right.
guys out there, come out, have a good time. Just like down in Fresno. Hey, Friday night Fresno. And at the Fresno 3X, dude, no cost to the competitors. He's gonna have a taco truck out front, and you pay your entry fee, you get a ticket, you walk over to the taco truck and get what you want. So
Dang, look who
That's
made
cool.
it back. Say
I
goodbye.
see PJ made it back just in time to say goodbye.
So,
So,
Getting- over there.
huh?
Look, talk about free tacos. You already knew. Oh, he's coming for sure now.
Julio will be there Friday. He might have to take Friday off from work to make sure he's on
We're
time.
bringing the RV, man. We're gonna set up camp too.
All right, that's good stuff. Anyway, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Like I said, we're going to try and get Carlos CJ Herrera,
Yeah.
right? CJ Sounds or CJ
CJ Lithium.
CJ Lithium. We're trying to get him on next week as a guest and see if his family situation works out for him. We appreciate you guys for coming in, filling in for him once again. Thank you to Jeffrey, our movie star over here. We're waiting for him to so one of his non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. So once your NDAs start expiring and you can tell us about what you got going on, and we can start watching Jeffrey in the movies again and
Oh,
on TVs. And, hey, man, he's been on People's Court a whole bunch. Hey, he was on, what were you on, CSI Miami or which one?
I was on a couple of the CSIs.
Yeah. He was guy holding clipboard.
Hey, you look more like
Guy
a
in the
21.
back eating a hamburger.
Yeah, you look more like a 21 Jump Street type of guy though.
Yeah, he do, huh?
A what?
21 Jump Street kind of guy. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you for being here. Once again, thank you to everybody for showing up and watching us and listening to us talk about each other and talk about what's coming up. And hope you guys had a good time listening to us. And we'll see you guys next week at 5:30 p.m. California time. Once again, the only time that does matter because Jeffrey's hanging out in the California time, so he knows.
Yeah, I'm in the PST now.
That's right. But anyway, guys, we will see you next week on Monday night on This Week in Car Audio. Peace. We out.
Take it easy.